Bruce Springsteen made what he considers
That's all we're standing
his masterpiece,
on the front lawn.
Nebraska.
Just a twirling
10 songs,
her baton.
dark and mournful.
If I had to pick one album out and say, this is going to represent you 50 years from now, I'd pick Nebraska.
Written 41 years ago at a time of great upheaval in Springsteen's inner life.
I just hit some sort of personal wall that I didn't even know was there. It was my first real major depression where I realized, oh, I've got to do something about it.
And you can't succeed your way out of pain.
No, you cannot. That's a very good way of putting it. You cannot succeed your way out of that. And at the time, that was my most personal record. I felt it was a record that felt most like my childhood, you know. It was a record that reminded me of the way my childhood felt. Just in the tone of it, the colors that it had on it, just the house that I grew up in. And I think that in my own life, I had reached a point where I was old enough now to realize what was missing. And so I felt like I was teetering on this sort of void very often. And I felt a deep, deep sense of isolation and very difficult to get in. And it became very, very intense around that time. And I think that led me to those characters and to those kinds of stories. And I think when you get older, the price for not sorting through the issues that make up your emotional life and the choices you're making doesn't stay the same. It gets higher all the time. It gets higher from the same answers and the tricks and the lies you told yourself at 22. It feels pretty good. Hey, I'm just going on down the road, 25, 26, 28. I feel a little less comfortable, but everything's okay, The older you get, the price goes up. The price goes up, and it keeps getting higher and higher and higher, and you pay more on a daily basis for not coming to grips with some of those things. And at that point, I felt like I was at a place where I could start to really feel that price, And I just felt too disconnected.